Hey y'all, we back. We're back for us to talk more about Love Island USA. Okay, make sure you guys are coming into the video, you're liking, commenting, and also subscribing to the channel. First of all, let me say thank you guys so much because we were very close to hitting 95,000 subscribers the other day, and y'all helped us get to that place. So I have to shout you guys out. So a shout out to the people that has subscribed to the channel over the past few days. Really do appreciate you guys, and you got my last live to 1,000 likes. So I really appreciate that. So would love to see how many likes we can get on this particular video. All right, that's definitely one way to support the channel, and it's definitely given free. It just takes a little tap. It don't cost you nothing, but just a little boom. Okay, but this episode we got a chance to learn about the new bombshells that's coming in, and I'm really here for them. I think that Andrina is absolutely gorgeous. I think that TJ is a handsome man. So I am satisfied with the bombshells that we have gotten. Now, can I say that I've been trying to vote on my Peacock app, and I really don't want to, not the Peacock, but the Love Island app, because we get a chance to vote. It's finally up, y'all. It's finally up. Okay, it's finally up and time for us to vote for our favorite people. Now, y'all, I have spent the past 30 minutes trying to get into this Love Island app, and it kept telling me to register. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I registered before the season even started, and really, y'all should already had me in your system from last year, right? So I kept trying to register. So I guess they must have saw the complaints online. I was glad to know I wasn't the only person that was struggling with this. So now they are allowing us to vote. So I just want to go ahead and put my bid in for my favorite people on the show at this particular time. And yeah, I don't want to have no issues when it comes to that. And y'all let me know your thoughts, honey. Let me know who you vote for. Just know that I voted for Olandria. But let's keep going, okay? So Andrina sits with the boys, and we learned that she's from Spain, and her parents are Dominican, and she also lives in Virginia, I do believe. Taylor asked, "What's her type?" Let me tell y'all something. Taylor was feeling this woman down. He was feeling this lady down, and I'm like, poor Tay Tay, because nobody's coming in there for you. So yes, you are stuck with my girl Olandria until she finds better, and unfortunately, she's so sold on you, and I hate that. I really think she should have chose Jalen, y'all. I really, really do. I still don't see the connection to this day. I feel like, in my personal, Taylor gets more hyped about the guys than he does you. And I really feel like when it comes to a bombshell, they really hyped him up. He was more hyped about her. And the way he made his decisions in the challenge today, I wasn't really surprised by his decision. But baby, the way that he went in, I feel like he went in more on her than he did any kiss he's done with Olandria. But you guys leave your thoughts below on that, okay? So he asked her what's her type. And she says the most important thing for her is chemistry and a spark, pretty much. So basically, she's kind of like, I believe what Pepe said this episode, that he likes to go off of, or she likes to go off of the vibe of a person, is what she's saying. But really, I feel like she wasn't trying to let nobody know. None of the guys know for sure who she's really interested in. Like, you'll know when I pull you for a chat, in so many words. So she asked the guys, what are they looking for, y'all? And Jeremiah busts out and says his type is definitely foreign, Latina driven, family oriented, and funny. And she says, are you copying me? And he says, no, like, those are my answers, like, for real, from the get go. And I'm like, first of all, why would you even say that out your mouth, foreign Latina? Like, not all people that are Latina not all of them like to hear that you interested in them. I mean, yeah, you may be interested in them as a person, but to say that, like, I'm interested in foreign Latina, it's like, it's giving fetish. However, I saw pictures of Jeremiah's mom, and from what people were circulating, they were saying that was his mom. I don't know, that might be his background as well. Okay. But I don't know his full background, to where he might just identify as black. Not necessarily sure, but he also may have, he might be Spanish as well. I'm not necessarily sure, but he don't know Spanish. Okay. But there are a lot of people that have that in them and they don't speak it either. So I don't know. But the woman that appeared to be his mom, she looks Spanish, but I don't know her background is. But whatever. But that's what he said. That's the focal point, is the fact that he told the girl he was interested in a woman that's foreign slash Latina. And I definitely cringed a bit, but it appears that she didn't mind. She took it as, listen, okay, well, now I know that you're interested in me. Okay, I have all of the qualities of what you're talking about. I think that you're attractive, so I'm glad to know that you wholeheartedly attracted to me. Now, Nick confirms that he is open and they've already discussed it when it comes to him and Sierra. Nick says he gets nervous talking to a new pretty girl. Can I clock Nick's tea? Before I clock Nick's tea, right? Andrina says that she feels like Nick gives off sweet vibes, like sweet boy vibes, and she's a sweet girl. She needs a sweet boy, but she's also very attracted to Jeremiah. She thinks that he's very sexy. I do see her choosing Jeremiah, but in an effort to shake the villa up, I can also see her choosing Nick, right? For storyline purposes, potentially, but I do think she matches better with Jeremiah. But let me blow Nick up real quick for a little piece. Nick, I feel I'm just gonna say this. We be dragging on Ace, or have dragged on Ace, because we feel like his head just turns at every person that comes into the villa and this, that, and the other. He may do Shelly wrong, and he may or may not, yes. But what I'm saying is that y'all make sure y'all call Nick out for that too. Because Nick is the one that's been coupled up this whole time. And every bombshell that comes in, he's all in their face like a little puppy. Like he's the one that's in their face like that. More than I feel Ace has been. When it came to Bella, of course, Sierra wanted to get to know him. He was all in Sierra's face. Sierra chose him. Then the next person to come in, I believe, was Iris. Was all up in Iris's face. I think Hannah and him may have talked, but she kind of grew towards Charlie, right? But then after that, it was Iris. He was in Iris's face too, and how he was really interested in getting to know her. And then now I feel it's the same thing with this woman, although I don't think he's as interested, but I think initially he really was. So it's like Nick, the one that really be in everybody's face. For real, although he is doing the process how he's supposed to do it, which is be open to other folks, right? However, Nick was one of the people that got stolen away. It's not like Ace and Shelly were in a coupling and got stolen away. Yes, we can drag Ace for the fact that he chose Amaya when he should have chose Shelly, right? But he didn't really get snatched away from nobody like Nick did, and still putting himself in a position to get snatched up, right? But again, that's exploring the island, getting to know people and stuff. But I just feel like Nick is the person that we be thinking Ace is, and they're really like the closest ones in the villa. And if we're gonna call out Ace, I feel like we need to call Nick out too, just a little piece. But anywho, so we get to the girls and TJ, and we learn that he's a Sagittarius who loves steak. He says all the ladies are his type, and TJ wants to find love in find the love of his life while he's in the villa. He says he's a lover boy at heart, and he wants him an ambitious partner like himself that will believe in his dreams like he does. Okay, now what his dreams are, I don't necessarily know what TJ wants to do with himself. He says Iris and Sierra definitely caught his eye. All right, so it looks like I'm trying to see. Okay, so I put she pulls him immediately and he's happy. Okay, yes. So I was saying that Andrina pulled Jeremiah immediately after the conversation, wanted to have a chat. Hood is over there like, she's pulling Jeremiah. I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, you still pressed about that, man. It's only been a few hours though. Still pressed about Jeremiah, checking up on what he got going on and stuff. And Huda over there looking real hard, even though she hurt. I thought they played in the previews her mentioning that she was still hurt by some stuff, seeing him kiss somebody else, but they didn't show that on the episode. I don't know why I thought I saw that in like the first look or the previews or something. So anywho, he says Latina is his type, always being his number one, right? So he was excited to see how this was gonna go. Now Andrina says that she doesn't want to be the bad guy and having to snatch a guy away from his girl, and Jeremiah like, please snatch me. Okay, if you don't do nothing else, you can snatch me. I don't give a damn what you do with the rest of the folks, but me, I am up for grabs, girl. You can get me right now if you want me. So that's the energy he's giving. Jeremiah wants her to snatch him up. Meanwhile, Sierra is pulled by TJ, and they over there holding hands as they go walk for a chat. I'm like, okay. Then Nick sees them and he tells Nick he gonna take good care of her. I said, ooh. Okay, TJ is giving like Italian vibes or something like that. He's giving, I don't know. It's kind of making me think of Jersey Shore or something. Like he's giving those type of vibes. I'm not sure if they're Italian or not, but he's giving those type of vibes to me. Like New Jersey is something about that. So he talks about baseball, and I believe she plays softball or something. So basically, they were connecting off of that. And I was like, I don't know, this connection seemed to be flowing pretty well. Like, Nick, you might need to be concerned a little bit, okay? You might want to get to know Olandria a bit more, Nick, okay? But Taylor and Olandria are chatting, and she asks him about whether he goes clubbing, and he says, although he be out in the country and stuff, he do go to clubs, and he goes to the hood clubs. Okay, he is a part of a Black Greek lettered organization. Okay, he is a part of that. So my question is, do you be still going to those college parties? Because that's what it sounds like to me. Anywho, he's kind of hinted that he goes to strip clubs as well. And Olandria is like, okay, cool. Like, but all that is really played out for me because I don't really go to the clubs like that. Okay. It's giving real pretty and cute for me. It's giving a day party. It's giving brunch. I said, I know that's right, girl. It's giving very much so chill vibes. It's not giving standing outside all night in your heels waiting to get in. Feet hurt before you even get in there and get a seat, and barely can get a seat because all the seats in there are sections. Like they want you to pay to have a seat. When I tell y'all, that's a whole nother conversation. Like when I say y'all club life has really ruined, like I'm with Olandria, okay? Day party, and I don't even really do those, so I get it, girl, but you're much younger, so okay. But brunch life is very, very cute, very much so a vibe, so I get it. Taylor does talk about him being in the fields because Taylor really be in the fields with the animals, y'all. He really be in the fields with the animals on the farm. He says on the weekends, though, they do go to the rodeo. I guess that's what him and his family does. Olandria says the more she talks to him, the stronger her connection gets with him. Y'all, I feel like this is straight cap. I'm not even gonna hold you. When he was talking about the clubs and stuff that he does, she was looking, in my opinion, like, huh? Like, I'm not doing none of that. And then to hear how he spends his days on the farm, like, oh, Landria, you really gonna want to go and be on the farms like that? It's like, girl, people like to play Alabama out like it's really country like that, and it's not. Okay, it's not. I feel like to me, being a person from Alabama and currently living in Georgia, for me, I don't see much of a difference aside from you could get to Atlanta quicker. Living 20 minutes outside the city, like it's really like it may be more to do here, but I mean, it's really no different in my opinion. It's not like the country like that. Like everybody has their rural areas, right? But girl, stop acting. And I know, and you know what? Oh, Landria, I forgot you went to Tuskegee, girl. I don't know, maybe they built Tuskegee up, but when I tell y'all Tuskegee literally was out there like in nowhere land, nowhere land. Maybe they built it up. It's been a minute since I've been out there, but girl, stop acting like you really about that country life because you're not. She wants the characteristics of a country man that knows how to court a woman from what she said when she first got into the villa. But that man is not really even giving you that. So I mean, like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? You over here talking about city guys and how they don't know how to open the door and they don't know how to do this and they don't know how to do that. And let me tell you, it grinds my gears so much because the very dude that you over here, he blows my mind every time I meet him. Oh, my connection gets stronger. Girl, shut up. As much as I love you and I'm still going to be voting for you, period. It's just the fact that for me, all of that stuff that you desire in a country man and how he treats you is not Taylor. I do not care. If anything, you should have got with Jalen, who I felt would have been, he was a country man and he also would have been a bit more balanced. I think it's great that he hasn't like been outside of the country. Like you guys can have new and fresh experiences with each other. And I feel like at some point Jalen would have done more and stepped up and did certain things for you that Taylor wasn't. Taylor has to still go back to his captain Ace and check in with him to see what it is he needs to do for you or whatever the case is. Like the man wasn't even attracted to you. Ace had to tell the man that you was over there cooking him dinner. Like it's all been a game for him to be able to stay in this damn villa. So it irritates me so much because I do not understand why she's stuck on this man. And that I don't know. We'll see who comes to the bottom because I told you guys Sierra is at my top along with Olandria and potentially Chelley. But they're definitely like my top three right now. But I'm like, I probably in the finals, if she is still with Taylor, she may not get my vote. I'm gonna have to be convinced on their connection because I'm not seeing it. I don't really support it for real. I want her to be happy, but girl, you also give the vibes that even if we choose you, you will still split your money with Taylor. And I don't want Taylor getting shit. I'm not even gonna hold you. He ain't put in on this. If you ask me, you ain't put in on this. You ain't put in enough. If anything, get your portion to Ace. Hello, pay your manager because he's been over here managing your since you've been in this villa. If you ask me, I cannot stand it. Grinds my gears. Let's get to Huda and Pepe. So Huda is asking him to if he can go with her for a chat. And I said, why is Huda over here whispering but also not being discreet? That's crazy. Just pull the man for a chat. And over time, you realize she's whispering because Hannah is literally sitting right there. He walks over to Huda, put his arm around Huda, but I didn't see it as like a he liked Huda. I saw it as a, I'm just checking in like homeboy, homegirl, like you good, you okay? And she was like, yeah, I was wondering if I could put you for a chat. He's like, huh? I was wondering, can we go? Can I put you for a chat? Can we chat? Can we talk? She about pissed me off just whispering. Cause when has anybody like as loud as you was calling that man a bitch and a poof? Like, girl, as loud as you were saying a lot of things that came out of your mouth, as loud as you was when you said, Iris, can I pull you for a chat? Like, girl, I want you to be that loud when you're talking to Pepe. Okay, I need you to pep it up and pull that man for a chat and stop motherfucking playing. Okay. So, anywho, when she pulled him for a chat and they talking, I said, Huda, now I'm gonna tell you right now, you done already fucked on one man in this villa, don't fuck on another one. Okay, because we know how you will crash out. And now, as I reflect on it, that's why Hannah's raggedy ass was over there talking about she was finna crash out when it came to Charlie. We may not have seen it, but she definitely gave Charlie some skins. I don't care. And I kind of missed it last night and I had to go back and watch it and I saw her that hand and put her hand back down on them covers. And then I saw him getting his boinky, 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 oinky on. Yeah, she over there hunching on that man. And she hunched on Charlie too, and ain't nobody finna tell me nothing different. The way they would keep the damn camera on they passionate, supposedly passionate kisses. Okay. So, whatever. Okay, just anywho. So let's get back to Huda. So Huda says that she says, it came to my attention that, we never pulled each other for a chat before. And I said, girl, how did this come to your attention when you never pulled any of the guys for a chat before? If you pulled them for a chat, it was so you could get information or something. Or you pulled them for a chat for you to finally confess to the fact that you have a child. Are you okay? It came to my attention that I never pulled you for a chat before. And I wanted to talk to you, but I said I only talk to you if you come up to me, but you didn't come up to me. So, I didn't think you were interested. Y'all, I'm just going for the Huda fans, like, girl, definitely at the bottom of my list. Okay. I know y'all pulling real hard for her over there on the Twitter. And you know what? You might have production on your side willing to, pull a stunt to keep her there. But Huda, we gonna see. We gonna see, girl, because you might be back on the chopping block and it might be giving third time's a charm for you. I do feel like production is going to try to save her. That's just my personal, okay? Especially with y'all having the app crashing. Especially with y'all. So now when I see that app is crashing, I feel like it was a scheme that Ty set up to come to us with the bush. Okay? That's how I'm feeling. Like it was a scheme. So I don't know. We're gonna see. So she says that he looked at her a lot, but he never pulled her for a chat, and she wasn't gonna say anything since he didn't pull her. As if you were gonna be interested if he pulled you anyway, because you were so stuck like glue. Okay, gorilla glue at that. Hello, on Jeremiah. So it didn't matter. I wasn't going to say anything unless you pulled me. Girl, what? It wouldn't have mattered. You were going to be stuck on Jeremiah. So she asked if she's his type, and he says it's personality for him. Personality is huge. He says when it comes to Hannah, he doesn't typically go for her type of personality because she does have a pretty big personality. He likes vibes like himself that are very chill, relaxed, or whatnot. He says she did bring out the little kid in him talking about, Hannah. All right. And I'm like, nah, what it really is, the little kid she brought out in you was your need to hump on her. Okay. So I just feel like that's his real reason. He gets to fuck on her. It ain't no guarantee Huda gonna let him do that. Okay. Now she asks if he still is open, and he says, of course. And Huda says in her confessional, she says that it feels good to have chats with people. She says she loves Hannah and she wants to be respectful to Hannah, but they all are in there for the same thing, which is to get to know other people. So why not? It's sad that you're finally realizing that. It's so sad that you're finally starting to realize that. Mm-mm. Let's keep going. So TJ and Iris says that when it comes to her and Jeremiah, she says, "Listen, we're teamed up because America put us together." That was her way of saying out the gate, "I don't want this nigga. I don't want this man. America put me with this man. Okay, I didn't land on Plymouth Rock. It landed on me, girl. I didn't want that man." So then she goes on to say she feels like the connection they have is more of a friendship connection. And I'm like, okay, so you and Jeremiah fake. Because you over there like, oh, it does make you more attractive, and I'm really interested in getting to know you and I like you. But you don't. Not for real. And I'm okay with that, actually. I'm okay with that. Like, if y'all want to be in a friendship couple, hell, Shelly and Austin have been in one for the longest. So that's totally fine. And at this point, I don't really fault Iris for feeling like this is a friendship couple after all of the drama and stuff that happened, and hearing what old girl said about, her not being his type or whatever the case is, and her being a safe spot or whatever. And I don't fault Jeremiah for not being interested in her because he wasn't interested in her from the beginning. So it's whatever. Okay. So she lets us know that she's from California, grew up in Calabasas, but don't think that she rich like that because she grew up with a very moderate family. His family is still in New York. That's where he's from my understanding, but he lives in Tampa because he's so over New York. Now, she spends a lot of time on the beach, right? And that's his type of vibe. He also says that he is a vibe type of person. At some point she goes on to compliment his lips. Y'all, poor Iris. Iris did not know how to say. Iris said, how do I say it? Iris wanted to kiss that man so bad, but she didn't know how to do it. She wanted to be smooth. But my girl was like, I don't know what was going on with Iris. Iris was she was nervous. That's what I'll say. Iris was very nervous. So then she asked, do you kiss on the first date? And he said, no, I don't go around kissing no random ass people. I don't know nobody like that. And then I think he caught himself and realized, like, oh, she asking for herself because she's interested. She want to kiss me. I said, so he says, I'll kiss you though. And she was like, oh, okay, you would? Okay. So he leans in and he kisses her because that's exactly what it is that she wanted. She wanted that so bad, but I don't think he's feeling her. I wholeheartedly think he is feeling Sierra, and I do think that he is going to snatch Sierra from Nick. Nick could potentially be vulnerable, but what I think they're going to do, Islander will be going home. I do see Austin being in the bottom. Honestly, I hope so. And from that, I think then we'll have a recoupling sometime next week. I think there will be a recoupling after they send an Islander or two home. Okay. So then we have Nick and Andrina. So Nick says that his last relationship was about 3.5 years, and she says, "Well, I never had a boyfriend." She asks if he has he ever dated a Latina, and he says no, but I love a Spanish girl. Don't get it twisted now. So Nick tells her most of the guys are interested, but he's definitely attracted to her though. So I don't know why he needed to tell her that most of the guys were interested. So that leaves me to believe that he's not as interested. He's stuck on Sierra, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's not as interested. I feel like Nick is only attracted to her because everybody else is attracted to her. Right. And of course, he's going to get to know her, whatever the case is. But when he says a lot of the guys are interested or whatever, and she's like, oh, they? He says, I'm definitely attracted to you too. I still want to get to know you more as well. And he had to say that too because one, he know all the guys want her, but then also aside from that, he don't know what's gonna happen with his girl because TJ pulled Sierra first. Yikes. So that's interesting. I can see Andrina with Jeremiah. And I also can see TJ with Sierra, but I also don't see that lasting long. I can see Sierra going right back to Nick. But let's keep going. So Huda asked Andrina, yeah, how are the chats? She asked her, like, how are your chats or whatever. Andrina says, yeah, they were cool. And I liked that Andrina didn't give her too much. She didn't tell her too much. Like, keep your stuff close to your vest because what she really wanted to say, so what did you and Jeremiah talk about? Like, how are your chats with Jeremiah? Like, what would you guys like? What were like, are you feeling somebody? Is there a particular person? Like, that's really what Huda wanted to ask that girl. So I'm glad that she kept it short and cute. So the girls talk about Huda pulling Pepe. And Hannah wanted Huda to pull her first before doing something like that. And I said, you know what, Hannah? My first thought is like, girl, fuck you. Right? Right? But honestly, I said, you know what? I can't be mad because Hannah's not wrong. When Hannah says that Huda should have pulled her, I feel like she right. Because if the roles were reversed and that was Huda and Jeremiah, Huda been around the whole villa talking about it the whole time, being loud, confronting you, pulling you in soul ties and other places to ask you after calling you multiple bitches. Okay, and fake or not a girl's girl or whatever she would have said, she would have did all of that. Okay, and then came and asked you why you didn't pull her before pulling her man for a chat. Why you ain't let her know that you was interested in her man? So yeah, I'm with Hannah on that. Like, girl, give her that courtesy, cause you would want that too. You wrong for that, period. And you knew what you were doing, and I don't care what nobody says. She knew what she was doing. She's like, can I pull your butt check? Can I talk? Can we talk? Only reason why you're doing that, cause Hannah right there. So Hannah is upset about it, right? Pepe tells Hannah about Huda pulling him for a chat. They're in the bed at this point, so she's feeling upset. She's like, girl, like, I don't really like that SA child. Like, that's not cool. Like, girl, come talk to me, BIT. I ain't talked to you at all. You ain't talked to me all day. But when you over there crying, I'm over there supporting you. No, ma'am. Come to me like you came to me when you were struggling. So then Chelley and Ace over there kissing and cuddling, honey. Chelley got what she wanted, y'all. Okay. Sierra and Nick over there kissing and fucking. Kissing and fucking. Everybody getting them a little piece of something in the villa. Just don't crash out once you get it. Okay? Just don't be showing your ass. Because you chose to give it up that night. Don't act like these people is your boyfriends like that. Because they ain't. Anywho, so Jeremiah brings food to Andrina and Iris the next morning. Let me tell y'all something. When TJ came up, I loved it. Y'all, I like TJ. I'm starting to think TJ should have been an original. Well, let me say this. Because I don't know enough about TJ to know if I really like him, but I'll say the first impression of TJ is great. Right? I feel like TJ is so comfortable around the guys and with himself that I feel like he should have been there in the beginning. He actually should have been there before Austin. In my personal, he should have took Austin's place. See, y'all need me. Fly me to Fiji. Okay? Because I'll get you right. Understand? Because if you ask me, Andrina should have came in before Iris. I don't give a damn whether the people would have been paying attention to Iris after the fact or not. Okay? Iris could have came in later as a bombshell. And I feel like TJ should have come in as an original Islander. Give Nick a little piece of run for his money right out the gate in the very beginning, if you ask me. But that's that. I really liked how he just walked in with like all the tea and all of that for the ladies. I don't know how he knew what they wanted, but he just came in there like he been in the villa the whole time. Like, hey, here you go, got this for you, got this for you. You good over here, got that, da 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 da. I know that's right. You better get in here. But Nick didn't like that, baby. Nick came up there and saw that meal he gave Sierra. Well, Nick came to give Sierra a meal. And he was like, what the fuck? Oh, hell no. Baby, Nick grabbed up that tea and said, nope, not my girl. Listen, listen, Nick. I wasn't mad at that either. I wasn't mad at them type of antics. Like, I don't need you fixing her nothing. Let me snatch this up before you even drink on this. Because I got it. This me, fam. Child, listen, I'm not mad at it. So Nick pulls Ace for chat and tells him that Sierra and him smashed. Okay, Ace says emotions are involved and sex is a big deal. Okay, Nick says he's really happy with Sierra. Nick says he wanted to take it slower, but then things got a little physical, and he understands that when things get physical, more emotions are involved, and you've opened a whole new door. And Ace was like, yeah, a whole new door, okay, when you do that. So we'll see. I feel like now that and you know what, let me clock your T. See error. See error. And I like you. No, it's not giving see error. It's giving see error. See error. Let me clock your T, because y'all was sitting over there trying to tap on Huda's shoulder about her marking her territory, right? And Sierra, I feel like that's what you did with Nick that night. Because y'all felt like she was marking the territory of old boy by sucking on his neck, giving him hickeys, and ain't no telling what else, the hunching, whatever. Here you go, hunching on Nick. Now it's giving two things for me. Either one, you did that to mark your territory for him to remember what y'all got because you already knew old girl was interested in your man. Or two, let me go hop on this zick and see what this zick is feeling like before tomorrow changes and they do a recoupling or something like that. And she snatched my man up and I don't get a chance to, taste that zick. That's what it's giving, one or the other. And y'all let me know which one it is. Do you think she needed a taste of that zick? Or did she need or was she trying to mark her territory? Now, seeing the fact that she is out also exploring with someone else and so open to that other connection, I now that I can see it being her wanting to taste the zig, just a little pee. I could see that. So then, TJ and Huda talk, and she says people have a hard time knowing her type, but it's a pretty boy that's clean and fit and all of that. And I really wasn't really stunned their conversation too much. They did go up to Soul Ties where they chatted and talked or whatever. She's really liking him because she's just trying to find her place in the villa, really. And let me tell y'all this right out the gate. I don't think any guy is willing to fool with Huda right now based on how she's shown herself the past few days. That she can lose it at the drop of the dime, that she could potentially smother them and prevent them from getting to know other people. So the vibes of Huda trying to get to know these guys is a little like, okay, scoot back up off, like, okay, I don't know. That's kind of what it's giving. And I will say I'm still at a place where I'm not willing to feel bad for Huda in this moment. I feel like the redemption arc is here and they would want us to feel that way, but I'm not at that place right now. Okay, because you brought too much on yourself and then now you trying to, but again, I do understand that what else can she do but that. But I'm glad that I'm not at a place where I'm willing to like see her differently, because you also turned around and did what you did to Hannah, knowing that if the roles were reversed, you wouldn't want it done to you. And then when you played in Hannah's face with this conversation that we'll get into in just a second, I'm cool with where I'm at with it, okay? So Iris gets a text and it's a what's your beef challenge. Y'all, this was a little nasty challenge. Girl, this was some y'all wrong for that. But anywho, so they have to go through an obstacle course and with whatever islander that they choose or whatever, and then they have to kiss, right? They have to they go through this obstacle course. Then they have to bob for the islander that they want to kiss, bobbing for apples, choosing the islander that they want to kiss. After they do the whole kissing, they have to go over, let the milk fall into their mouth, transport the milk from your mouth to your partner's mouth, then into a bucket. Once they get into that bucket, they're asked a question that they have to answer. Once they decide on which islander answers the question for them, they take it and they throw it on that person's head, okay? So let's get into it. We start with Taylor and Olandria. So Taylor chooses Andrina as a person he bobbed to kiss. And I knew it. He wanted to kiss her so bad because, I mean, she's a beautiful woman. Who wouldn't? I mean, a lot of the guys kissed her. And being that she's open and y'all can't get in trouble with kiss or whatever, like, I mean, go for it, right? Olandria, and then also I can't fault Taylor because damn, he about to kiss all y'all already anyway. I'm sure he wants some new set of lips or whatever. So Orlandria, she kissed Ace. Like I feel like Olandria, when she get every chance she get, Ace is gonna be a part of the equation. I think Olandria is really attracted to Ace. I think she doesn't step on any toes out of respect for Shelly. And that's just what that is. The only time she could get away with putting her lips on him is in a challenge. And that's just that. But okay. So they asked the question of who do you think has been spreading much behind the people's back? They say Jeremiah. And so they go and they dump that on him. And I'm like, y'all really think that Jeremiah has been spreading stuff about people behind their backs? I haven't seen that. If anything, that would be Ace. Well, he hasn't been spreading things, but he's been questioning stuff. But if it comes to talking shit behind somebody's back, I feel like that would be, for me, I feel like that would be Ace or Austin. Because Austin also was talking shit about them. At the, when they were standing up there. So I'm like, what? Jeremiah, y'all let me know if y'all agree with that. So next we get Amaya and Austin. Austin chose Shelly to kiss because clearly he missed her. I think that Amaya may have chose TJ. I can't recall. The question for them is who is the biggest chicken when it comes to commitment? Ace. They're not lying. I think that he would be the biggest chicken. Sure. Shelly and I think Shelly and Ace went up. Shelly chose TJ. Ace chose Andrina. And he over there kissing and licking all on her neck and all this extra stuff. And it's like, are you okay? Are you okay? That, I feel like the boys kind of went too far with when it come to kissing and stuff. But this is a challenge. This what happens, y'all, in the challenge. So the question is, who do you think has been planting drama and wanting it to grow? They said Huda. What drama has she been planting? And well, I mean, yeah, I guess so. I guess that would be Huda as far as planting. When I'm thinking about planting drama, I'm also thinking about the first question, right? That they asked about who do you think is spreading much behind the people's back, right? So they say Huda. I guess Huda has been planting drama. She's been drama filled and has been wanting it to grow because she kept it going for so long. Like, damn, girl, let it go. So then you have Iris and Jeremiah. So TJ and Andrina are chosen for them. And the question is, who thinks they are the cream of the crop, baby? And they said Taylor, and they dropped that on him. Pepe and Hannah go up. Pepe kissed Sierra, knowing Huda was interested in him. Huda literally just pulled him for a chat, trying to get to know him, let him know that she's interested, and he pulls Sierra and kisses on her. Hannah pulled TJ. The question for them is, who do you think is full of bull? And turns around and dumps that on Huda. Now, Pepe is two things as to why I feel like Pepe chose Sierra over Huda. One, he didn't want to do that to Hannah, knowing that Hannah already felt a way about that the night before. And then two, because of what I mentioned earlier, is that people like kind of staying clear of Huda just a bit. Like, that's what I think. So then you also have Nick and Sierra. So Nick chose Andrina, whereas Pepe chose Sierra chose Pepe again. So they ended up kissing and Nick kissing Andrina, grabbing all on her ass and all of this stuff. So then the next one is, who do you think needs to leave the herd? Y'all. Who do you think needs to leave the herd? And when I hear that, I'm thinking need to leave the villa. Nick and them said Jeremiah. Again, Jeremiah, Nick is not your bestie. Let me tell y'all something. When this reunion come around, I feel like Jeremiah gonna lay into Nick. I don't know. Boys can get over their stuff much faster than ladies can. But listen, Nick is not your bestie. When it came to talking about him and Sierra finally smashing, he pulled Ace to confide in to tell him about that. Like, I don't see how Jeremiah doesn't see that Nick, at least the stuff that we see, Nick don't really be all into y'all conversations for real. He be so engaged, ready to show up and be there for Ace and all this and that. But you, And I wouldn't be surprised if Nick is a little hater. when it comes to Jeremiah. I don't know if he jealous because he a handsome young man. I don't know what it is. Because Nick is handsome too, but it might be a little something there. I don't know. I don't know if Jeremiah did something to him. It don't seem like he did, but at the end of the day, Nick is not your best friend. So then Huda and Pepe, because Huda had to choose a person, she chose Pepe. She kissed TJ, and I don't know who Pepe chose. I don't even think they showed who he chose. And then the thing was, who do you think is the biggest? Who do you think is making the biggest mistake? Of course, they chose Jeremiah. And of course, she feels like he's making the biggest mistake because she still wants to be with him. She still wants that man, y'all. She still wants him. So Iris and TJ chose Sierra and Iris chose Nick. Then they swapped. This was crazy. So who do you think is acting too chicken to speak their mind? And they said Hannah. They feel like Hannah is too afraid to go up to Huda and tell her. Actually, if you ask me, everybody in that villa, in all honesty, maybe aside from Nick and aside from Ace and aside from Sierra, should have that dumped on them. Everybody, because y'all talked all that cash money about Huda, but y'all went and stood behind her. Really, all of y'all should have that milk poured on y'all just off of that, off GP. But Ace also told her hell no when she wanted to touch his hand. Okay, Ace also didn't shy away from how he felt about her either. Nick has kept it real with Jeremiah. I don't feel like he kept it real with Huda though, so he could get that on his head. And Sierra was talking her stuff, but Sierra also kept it real with her. Told her she got to move on. Okay, so that's why at the top I would say Jeremiah and I'm not Jeremiah, but Ace and Sierra should be the ones to not have gotten dumped, but everybody else in the village should have got that on their head for sure. So Hannah and Pepe. So she says his kissing was interesting. No, I think she asked him about how was his kissing. He said the kissing that he and Huda had was interesting. He said she put herself in that position and now she doing what she's doing to piss Hannah off, and it makes him he kind of feel bad for her. Like knowing what she's doing, what she's doing to Hannah does piss him off, but he feels a little bad for her because she don't got no options like that. But when he also says she put herself in that position, that confirms to me that Huda, the people not. They don't know how to take you. There ain't nobody trying to be caught up in the drama that you just showed. So I don't know, girl. Anywho, so she says that Hannah admits she was being dramatic herself. She was trying not to react or whatever, but she was feeling away. And she said she's gonna have to have a conversation with Huda. So Huda sits with Olandria and Taylor. Have y'all noticed that I feel like Chelley and Huda don't talk as much as they used to? Especially since Chelley has hooked up with Ace now that they're in a coupling. She really don't rock with her. I personally feel I don't really see them having much interactions. And I don't think nobody else in the villa really talked to Huda like that for real either. So I see Huda sitting more with Olandria and Taylor. And honestly, Olandria's face be looking like she don't care. It's like, all right, girl, okay. Only reason why I'm sitting right here chatting to you is because Taylor is interested in having a conversation with you, but I really don't care. That's the vibe that it gives. So Huda sent with Olandria and Taylor, and she says she didn't know about the laying on the bed until she picked Pepe. Huda is a liar, and that's just what it is for me. Let's go back up to this. Let's go back up to the games before we even get to Huda. Because where was your antennas at? Okay. So Taylor and Alandria went first. Amaya and Austin. Shelly and Andrina. Shelly and Ace. Iris and Jeremiah. Pepe and Hannah. Nick and Sierra. Okay. So you got 6 people that went before you and Pepe even went. And you mean to tell me? And that was the very last activity that was done before it's time for you to go. And you did not realize that you had to get down there and kiss and do all of that with that man in the last portion of it. I didn't realize that until I picked Pepe. She playing in the people's face. So then Taylor asked her about TJ. She says he's cool, but I don't know if, I'm his type. And I can only talk to him and Pepe. And Olandria said, wait, did you talk to Hannah about that before you said anything? She said, no. Olandria said, okay, wait. So just out of respect, just let her know. Huda says that she's new. Like, I'm new to this, so I'm learning, you know what I'm saying, on what to do. Like, I'm trying. I said, girl, bye. Bye, girl. Bye. 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 Go on. Because if that was somebody else, you would have expected them to know and you would have expected them to have come to you regardless. When women were coming into the villa, that's brand new to the villa, as bombshells, you sitting over there talking about some damn, I mean, why don't they understand what me and Jeremiah already have? Like, why don't they get that and leave them alone? Whatever it was, you expected people entering the villa to already know what the fuck it was when they are new to the villa. So you mean to tell me what? You trying, you learning this because this is all new to you. Like, girl, shut the hell up. You've been watching other folks, so you already know what it is and how it should go. Like, she just, I mean, I can't stand. I'm not gonna be able to stand for that. Yeah, I'm not no Huda stan. Cute girl, I wish her the best and stuff, but not working over here. It's just not giving. So A says when Huda was going through her stuff, Hannah was supporting her. But then at the challenge, you want to pull a stunt like this with Pepe? A says, yeah, nah, bro, it's a game. So Nick says, I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling horrible because, it feels like the whole villa is against her. And I just don't think it's cool anymore. Like, I really feel bad. Like, she seems like she's just a girl that's had emotions and she's trying, and she kind of apologized to him today after she dumped the stuff on his head. I don't give a fuck about her doing that. She only apologizing to him in that moment because she still wants to be in his good graces and she's still hoping that at some point they make their way back to each other. Like, that's what that really is, for real, for real. Like, Nick is honestly the reason Nick said that, though, because Nick don't want to hear about Jeremiah. I mean, about Huda, for real. He's like, whatever drama she got going on, let's move on. Whatever. Like, he is like ready to move forward. Everybody move forward. But Ace ain't wrong. If Hannah is feeling a way about it, they're gonna talk about it. So he's like, Hannah, like, that's factual. Hannah supported Huda more than one time when it came to Jeremiah. And then now you don't even have a conversation with the girl and you just over there trying to get to know her dude. Well, really, he ain't her dude at all. But I'm like, just let her know, like, hey, I'm gonna pull him for a chat. And I was with Olandria when Olandria said, you don't really gotta ask for her permission, but just give her a heads up, like, hey, I'm pulling Pepe. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only saying that because I know Huda would have wanted the same courtesy. That's all. So that's that. So Amaya is feeling like she found her best friend, y'all. Only been with this man for like 2 days. She done found her best friend. But Austin over there feeling like it's only been a few days and he feeling overwhelmed. That man said, I feel like, damn, we've been together for 6 years and we already got kids and looking at how more. Girl, I holler when he said it. Not Nick. I mean, not Nick, but Austin, if you ain't never been funny before, baby, you was funny with that one for sure, okay? Because that is the energy that Amaya definitely comes with. Because Amaya over there trying to iron the clothes. She's trying to iron the clothes yesterday. So how am I going to be somebody's wife if I don't even know how to iron? And I'm like, girl, you got time. Like, what are you talking about? Why you even think, like, where did that come from? Okay? That was too funny. But Amaya tells her that Amaya is encouraging Iris to go and talk to TJ because she feels like, well, TJ hasn't talked to me and I don't know if he's really interested. I mean, we kissed or whatever the case is and yada yada yada. And Amaya's like, girl, I just feel like you cutting yourself short. Okay, so I think you should go have a chat with him, try again, and if not, then you'll know what to do after that. So then Amaya tells her when it comes to me and Austin, like, I'm feeling really great about it. Like, I feel like I could be myself with him outside of the villa. Like, I'm really, really happy with Austin, baby. Meanwhile, Austin over there telling Jeremiah, like, oh, she too intense, son. She was too intense for me at that challenge. Austin says, I've never felt uncomfortable before. I've never felt uncomfortable with another woman before. Like, I just haven't. Then I said, it's so funny to me to hear you say this because when you was with Chelley, y'all wasn't doing enough. And then now you get with Amaya and it's too much. But what I did appreciate was him acknowledging that he's always wanted a person that was just about him, and now he got it. He don't seem to want it. I said, yeah, you better clock yourself for sure. So Jeremiah was like, bro, that's just how life goes. I'm like, that is a fact. So Huda and Hannah. So Huda says it didn't cross her mind to ask. Oh, so they finally chat. Huda tells her it didn't cross her mind to ask her I'm like, it didn't cross your mind, but you was sitting right there next to the girl when you whispered to go take this man for a chat. Okay. So she says she wasn't trying to disrespect what they have. And she said she apologizes so that, and says that she's new to this. Stop doing that shit. Like now Huda is about to start using this. I'm new to this. Like she uses, I'm a mother. I'm a mother. I'm new to this. That's her thing. I'm new to this. Like, give me, I think I'm new to No, you not. BITCH, you've been sitting around there watching everybody else. You know how this goes. You know how this goes. Stop playing. Talking about I'm new to this. No, you give these people the same courtesy and respect that you would want somebody to give to you. Okay? And only because it's you, really. Because how you be tripping out. So then Hannah says, girl, she says, but I've been supporting you though. Okay, I'm the one that's been supporting you, so why my man? Hannah says that she wants her to explore and find connection. She says it really doesn't, she doesn't really want it to be her guy, but if they explore and she realizes that it is her guy, then, she got to eat that. And that's true. You do. That's how the island goes. That's how the island works, okay? But damn, just give me a little heads up. So Hannah says she needed to dive into the experience, and she didn't, and it actually backfired on her. Speaking on Huda, she says that she needs to be more genuine and intentional. I say, I know that's right. I know that's right. You need to be more genuine and intentional. And I love how Huda is not crashing out and is still showing how y'all should have been kicked her inside that damn building. Okay? She ain't even crashing out, and the energy she's giving is still, we should have let you go. We should have just went ahead and said no thank you for your services. Okay? So, child, that's what y'all should have did. That's what that yep. Y'all should have been went ahead. She ain't even crashing out. But anywho, so TJ and Sierra. So he thinks Sierra is easy to talk to, chill. He talks about his dad, how his dad is much older and he's feeling this pressure to like accomplish things in his life and let his dad experience his grandkids and everything. And Sierra was like, wow, that's a really big weight to put on yourself. And I definitely agree. I think that is a big weight. I'm sure your dad, once he had you, probably thought about that and considered that it's a possibility he may not be here for those moments. I do understand TJ wanting his father to be there. So when he looks back on his memories, his photos and stuff, he'll always have that. And that's something that his dad can experience with him while he's alive. So whatever his goals are, I definitely hope that everything works out for TJ. But I definitely feel like he's gonna pick Sierra at the end because of the conversations that they're having in comparison to him and other people. So I can see it. Like I also feel like the conversations Andrina had with Jeremiah is much deeper than what she's had with Nick. And speaking of the two, she's really feeling Nick, but I don't think Nick is that interested in her. He says his love language is words of affirmation, and he says he wants to keep getting to know her, but I just don't. I don't see it. I just don't see it. Huda and TJ talk, and he's feeling like the king of the world or whatever. And the vibe, again, I just don't see it. Amaya and Austin talk, and Amaya asks Austin if there's anything that she does to make him feel uncomfortable. He says he loves to get to know her and her energy, but he isn't used to it or something like that. Like, I love to get to know you. I love your energy. I love the energy that you pull out of me. I'm not used to it. And I'm like, sir, you're still bland. You love the energy that she pulls out of you, but you're still bland. She be all excited, jumping on you, kissing you, and you be over there like, just like, okay, you doing too much. Like, that's his facials. Like, okay, chill out. Yikes, okay? He's gonna break her heart, but I hope America breaks her heart first by sending his ass off this island. Okay? Give him his free immediately. Okay. Mm-hmm. Andrina and Jeremiah. So he says he wants a best friend. He wants a best friend first, and he says he's only had one relationship. She says she hasn't had a relationship at all. She says she doesn't do the one night thing, and she only talks to a guy when she sees potential. She tells him he is looking good. She got a long list, okay, a long checklist, and he is checking off some of those boxes, okay. Andrina really likes Jeremiah. I feel like they had a more in-depth conversation than she and Nick, at least what was shown to us. She says that he is kind of getting there when it comes to her dream guy. So if they got together, I would not be mad at this. Y'all do y'all thing. So they kissed. Jeremiah removed that hair out her face and pulled her close and kissed her, and it was passionate. And let me tell you something. I can appreciate this kiss. I can appreciate this kiss with these people, and they kept the camera on them for a minute. Close up, wide shot, all of that. I said, yes, y'all better redeem yourself from that bullshit that y'all have been giving us on Miss Hannah. Okay. Got me over here still fast forwarding, and we still looking at it. I don't want to see that. But anywho, this is what I came here for. All right. Let me see Jeremiah and Andrina. And I hope that she does pick him. That's gonna suck for Huda potentially, but it may be good medicine for her too to work on getting over this man or whatever they got going on. Okay, whatever it was that they had going on. But yeah, I think that they complement each other when it comes to Jeremiah and Andrina, and I would like to see it. Okay, I would like to see it. I also would like to see how he feels when more guys come into the villa and start coming after your girl. We shall see. But look, y'all, that's all that I got. Leave your thoughts and comments down below on everything we talked about with Love Island USA. Clock the T on the things that I did not see and I did not catch down below in the comments. I'm Jamie, that's me. Make sure you're subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Telling my priest to the choir, stand with my feet to the fire, give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated